Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Mandy. Today we're going to do something a little bit different that I'm not used to doing on my channel, but I do want to start doing, to create more videos. So I seen that Wet n Wild Pac-Man collection had went out, and I really wanted to try it. All the reviews had said that the eyeshadow palette was amazing. The blush palette, there were mixed reviews, and the glosses, of course, mixed reviews. So I had to see for myself, and being it's Wet n Wild, it is something that I could afford to get pretty much most of the collection, the stuff that I would use. I wasn't going to buy stuff that, I'm not going to use just to complete a collection. To me, that's kind of silly. I don't have the money for that. So I just bought the stuff that I would possibly use and what I would possibly like. So I am going to do just basically some swatches for you on the things that I had bought and let you know what I think of the collection. I am wearing the eyeshadow palette, the blush, and one of the lip glosses today. The bronzer I didn't do. I tried the new Fenty bronzer today. I don't know, the power palettes are a little weird. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. So, what I bought from the collection was the Wet n Wild Game Over Pac-Man palette, the Wet n Wild High Score Blush palette. I got the two power palettes, the bronzing palette and the, it's like a high blusher, or blush lighter illuminator, which is the kind of like a blush one. And I bought 3 of the glosses. I did want to get the brushes, but my store that I went to did not have the brushes, so I am still looking for those. I've heard very good things about them. But I got the gloss Blinky, which is like the reddish one, which is actually what I'm wearing today. It doesn't go with the look. I don't really like the color on me, but it may go with some looks. And I've got Clyde, which is like the peachy one, and Pinky, which is like the pink one, which is probably what I should have put on today, but I don't know, I wasn't thinking. So we're gonna do a couple swatches and just, like I said, let you know what I thought of the products, and to me, if they were worth it for you to go out and purchase them. So I'm going to start off with the blush palette, because that's a lot of mixed reviews on that palette. This was a $10 palette, $9.99, $10, I guess depends on where you get it from. And there are 4 blush shades in there, and they are shimmery. I usually use like a matte blush shade, so I went for this shade today, because it is, I don't know if that's fully matte. I think it is. But that's the one that I used today. And I also topped it with, I think it was a little bit of this one. So, very cute. Of course, it has the scores in there and the imprints. I just think it was a, really cute palette. So, let's do a couple swatches for you. We'll do that. And you can see the glitters in there. I don't know if my camera picks it up or not, but there definitely are shimmery. The only one that is not is that one. And that's the one that I used. And I like natural blushes anyway. So there are the swatches. And then let's, okay, if I can find a place to put stuff, let's do nice little swatches. And that was in the order that I picked them up when I was showing you. So there's are the blushes. And that one right there is the one that I have on my cheeks. That's not very, it's, like a natural blush. Pretty self-explanatory. So that gives you an idea of what you think about those. I am going to try the other ones. It's just I haven't, obviously I just got this palette yesterday, and I wanted to get this up and filmed as quick as I could for you guys. So, I mean, I will try the other products. What did I think about this? I like it. For the 2 that I used, I've had it on for maybe an hour now, and it hasn't went anywhere, so that's okay for me. All right, so the high, you know what? Let's save this. We're going to save that for the last thing, because that's obviously the best product in the collection. So we're going to go on to these power pellets. Now these are, trying to look at my notes, $7 a piece. And I did get the both of them, because I wanted to see what they were like. This one is the blush lighter, and I did go ahead and pre-open most of this, well, all the stuff, because I didn't want, and plus I tried it, but it was, there's a pain in the butt to open. So when you open it up, it does have a little sealy thing, like a vitamin protection, and then it's got like a little, I don't know, like a little styrofoamy thing. You can see the color on the back of it, and those are the pellets. They do have a slight smell to them, but they're not like a horrible smell or a lingering smell. Now these I did put on a brush and kind of used it as a highlighter. Now that's not what you're seeing there. You're seeing a mixture of that Huda palette that we got and a mixture of this and a mixture of a highlight, because it just, that Huda palette wasn't strong enough for me. So I'm going to actually, because I figured out the best way to swatch this was to actually pick up a pellet and then, you know, put it on like this, because that's the only way I could get it to show up when I was trying to swatch it to see if I would like the stuff. So there is a swatch of that. I mean, it is very pretty. And as far as picking it up on a brush, maybe I'm just not using the right brush yet, but I mean, it's nice. Will I be picking this up to use this all the time? Probably not. It's a pain in the butt, and you're scared you're gonna drop it and it's gonna go all over the place. Cool, cute little concept. Definitely packaging kills it. So that'll sit up here on my little shelf because I love Pac-Man. Who doesn't? All right, so the other one was the bronzer pellets. Same concept, little cute packaging, and the little medicine cover. And then here are the pellets for that. And I've heard plenty of people say it looks like cocoa pellets. They kind of do. They're a little bit more shimmery than a cocoa pellet, obviously, and they do have a slight smell to them as well. I did not use this because it is a very shimmery bronzer, and I'm not 100% good with that. I don't like shimmer in my bronzer. I like matte bronzers. But again, I'm just gonna pick up the pellet so that you guys can actually see what it looks like. And it's pigmented, it's nice, but you can definitely see that shimmer there. So, do I like it? Yes. Will I use it? Probably not. It's just inconvenient to use, so it'll be a nice little piece to put on my shelf behind me. Would I buy it if I was you? No. It's just probably a waste of money and you're not going to use it. Unless you want it for the decoration, which kills it. Like I said, it's adorable. 100% cute. Alright, so the next thing that we got are the glosses. I want the brushes so bad, you guys. I'm still looking for the brushes. I've heard so many good things about them. All right, so we have, and I didn't get, there's a blue one. I did not get the blue one because I'm not going to use the blue one. Not my style. So I didn't buy it. These are $6 a piece. This one is pinky. And the packaging, again, killing it. So cute. And then, of course, you've got the little ghost on there. Ghost Gloss Brilliant. And then it's got a doe foot applicator. Nice little, basically like their cat suit applicators. And then, you know, let's see, where am I going to do this? I'm going to do it right there. It's harder to do when you're trying to look at the camera, so I'm going to actually look at this so I can do it. So you guys can actually see something. So there is, that's a horrible swatch. There is the pink one. That probably would have looked a lot better with this look today than the red one. But, okay. I got to test out, you know, the red one. So this one is Clyde, and it is that orangey one. Same packaging, same top, cute. Like the cat suit, you know, nice hard plastic. You either love it or you don't with the cat suit formula. I actually like the cat suit formula. And then this one is a horrible swatch too. Maybe I should have done this on my arm where it's a little smoother. There is the orange pinky kind of color one. It looks more orange on my camera, but it's definitely like a pink color. And then last on the glosses for me is Blinky. And I remember when I was a kid that these guys had names, but I never knew their names. I forget where you've seen it at, but I always used to try to remember their names and never could. It's kind of cool that it's here and it's now they're named on here. And then there's your red one, which is what I'm wearing today. So quality, they're pretty opaque. Well, I'll take that back. This one's opaque and that one's kind of opaque if you pile it on. This one, pretty glossy. You know, you're not gonna, I don't know if you were to do like layers or not, if it would pile up. But I mean, that red one right there, that was, I only swatched it maybe like 3 times back and forth. So not too bad. It's a pretty sticky gloss. If you don't like sticky glosses, you probably won't like these. They don't have a smell, but there you go. There are the glosses. And then we are on to the eyeshadow palette, which was the main thing other than the brushes that I wanted to get. So here is the highlighter palette, I'm sure, or highlighter palette, the eyeshadow palette. I'm sure you guys have all seen this. Game Over palette for $10, $9.99, either or. What do I think? I love it. I tried to use every color. They do blend very well. They blend together pretty well. I think for $10, it's a good palette. And for Wet n Wild, the formula is amazing. The pink, really nice, very vibrant, very good. The yellow, you can kind of see the yellow, but it kind of blended with the brown because maybe the way that I did it. So did I use every color? No, I did not use that orange right here. I did use all the others. This one, I barely used, but it doesn't show up anyway. It's more of a shimmer, you know, and it's kind of in the middle. I guess you can kind of see it. It's in the middle there. And you know what? My pink kind of looks orange now too. So again, I've only been wearing this for an hour. When I put it on, super easy formula to put on, very blendable, didn't take long. Better than some of my high-end palettes, honestly. And if you just need a pop of color, I would suggest doing this for $10. So let's go ahead, and if you don't know, there are 2 shimmers and the rest are all matte. So let's go ahead and do a couple well, not a couple, we're going to swatch the whole thing. Oh, and the little ghosts inside of it, so cute. Pac-Man right there. Just Wet n Wild killed it with this. Killed it with this collection. All right, so we're going to swatch them. And hopefully they show up pretty good for the swatches. So there are the first 4. And we are going to go. And I was thinking about doing 2 swipes, but I'm going to do 1 swipe for you so that you guys can actually see what the formula is and, you know, how buildable. I mean, if, you know, basically, okay, so let me start over here. All right, so you see how if I blend it in, that it gets obviously a lot darker. So this is a formula that is definitely buildable, but it's also a formula that if you wanted to just do very lightly, you can. And that's what I'm trying to point out. Maybe I didn't say it right, but I really like the palette. It didn't stain any of the swatches that I did. Any of the darker colors weren't staining me. So I really like it. All right, so let's go on to the yellow, which is awesome. Which I am going to get that Honey palette because I'm not really big on color like that. But the yellow actually looks really good on my eye from this palette. So it's encouraged me to get that palette. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And there's that yellow. So there's the first. I'm going to do a second one on that one too, just so you can see that how vibrant it really can be. There you go. Look at, I mean, it's awesome. Awesome palette. This is Wet n Wild, you guys. Wet n Wild. And it's that good. Very, very pretty. Oh. And that's that blue. And the blue actually it's what's under as my liner and stuff. It was actually really nice. The purple, you know, everybody knows purple palettes are really hard. But, I mean, purple eyeshadows are really hard. But it actually was, you know, it's pretty pigmented. And just so I can show you one more time with that. See, I mean, and that's 2 swipes. Amazing. All right, so the last shade in here is this. To me, it's a topper. I don't think it is considered a shimmer. I would say it's a topper because of when I put it on, you can still see completely underneath. It just kind of melts into your eyeshadow and just gives you a little bit of a glisten. It's not opaque like a regular shimmer would be. So this is the topper. Very, very pretty. You can see it's like not full. Like you can see the skin in between. So it's definitely, to me, it's a topper. It's beautiful, gorgeous. Inner highlight, that would be amazing for that. That would be really pretty when the light hits it. It's very pretty. I like it. So, what do you guys think? Are you interested in getting the Wet n Wild palette? Even if it's just the eyeshadow palette or just the blush palette. You guys, I think it's worth it. They're $10 a piece for 20 bucks if you were just to get these. Because, I mean, honestly, the glosses, I'm going to take this off because it doesn't match. You know, I'll go the rest of the day with my eyeshadow look and all that. But as far as everything else, unless you want the packaging to display it, to show, you know, for if you display your items and stuff like that, just go with these two. They're amazing, good quality. It's where it's at. So let me know what you think. Are you guys going to get the Wet n Wild palettes? Have you tried them? What do you think of the swatches? Leave me comments down below. I definitely read all my comments and interact with everybody. Again, thank you guys so much for coming and watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Have a fantastic day, guys. Bye.